Good morning. My name is Stephanie, and we're here doing, we changed the name from brain training to neuro-movement, neuro-movement for Parkinson's. It just, we felt, Adam and I felt like it encompassed, this class encompasses so much more than just the eye exercises and the brain stuff. There's always brain stuff, but I wanted to, market it a little bit more as a movement class as well. And of course, we're still going to have the brain and neuro components with this, as all movement classes should have. We're going to start standing and do a pre-class self-assessment. So at the beginning of these classes, or any movement class for that matter, I think, there should be sort of a self-assessment on your posture, your state, how you're moving. And then we do the interventions, we do the class, we do the exercises, we do the drills, and then we do a post-class assessment as well. So then we know whether or not the things we did in class made a difference for you. And hopefully you feel an immediate effect. And then over time, hopefully you start to feel long-term effects that last a little bit longer than just day of. All right. So we're going to start with just a standing body scan. You can have your hands down by your side. I recommend that you close your eyes, but if you close your eyes and you feel dizzy, feel free to stand next to a wall and just put your hand against the wall. And just take note here of your relationship with your body. That's a loaded question. How do you perceive yourself in this moment right here? Does your body feel like it's vibrating on a high frequency? Does it feel like it's grounded, connected? As Alana was saying, the proprioception, do you understand where your limbs are in space? Do you have no idea what I'm talking about? Or are you sort of already going through the body scan that we've done several times now every week? All right, let's start at the feet, a little bit more specific, starting at the feet. Do you feel more weight on the right foot or the left foot? And you're just making these little mental notes for yourself, the right foot or the left foot. Do you feel more weight on the forefoot or in the toes, or do you feel more weight in the heels? Or neither? Does it feel pretty well distributed? Do you feel more weight on the outsides of your feet, the pinky sides of your feet, or do you feel more weight on the insides of your feet in your arches? Maybe you can even make the note for yourself which quadrant you feel your weight into. Like, oh, I'm in my front left quadrant. I'm in my back right quadrant. Scan up the insides of your ankle bones up to your knee joint and notice the status of your knees. Do your knees feel super locked in their joint? Can you bend your knees? Do you feel buoyant in your knees? Do you feel pressure on the inside, the outside, the front, or the back of your knees? No judgments. No poo-pooing on any of your postures. We're just making some mental notes of what the status is. Okay, tracing up the inseam of your pants as well up to your pelvis and your low back. You can use your hands for some self-touch if you're not quite sure about the positioning of your pelvis. Use your hands to feel your hips and your low back. Do you feel like your pelvis is behind you? Or do you feel like it's in front of you? Do you feel like it's swayed to one side or the other? And maybe make some circles with your pelvis like you're doing a slow motion hula hoop to just feel the variety of positions that your pelvis can go into. And then move your pelvis in the other direction. Big hula hoops there, Bill. Come on. Yeah. And then coming up a little bit higher to your chest and the tips of your shoulders. Again, self-touch helps with your awareness and proprioception. So if that helps bring your brain into your body a bit more, let's do that. Use that strategy. Does your chest feel drawn in? Does it feel open? Does one shoulder feel forward? The other shoulder feel forward? How's your breath into your chest? Can you expand with that chest with your inhale? Or does it get stuck somewhere? And then coming up to your throat. Go ahead and turn your head to the right and turn your head to the left. Note the range of motion available to you in your neck. You may also want to note if your default pattern, maybe when you turn your head to the right, did you turn your body too, or did you just move your head? What's your awareness there in your isolation? Beautiful. All right, go ahead and shake out those arms. We're going to do a little jig. Start to dance a little bit, bounce around. Let your voice go all bobbly. You can just do a side step. We're just trying to let go of that tension and rigidity. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Good. Maybe you just start jumping in place. Maybe you start bringing the arms out to the side for a jumping jack. It can also look like this, by the way. Yes. One leg out at a time. Yep. Maybe those jumping jacks are bigger for some of you, all the way up overhead. We're going to go for 10 more counts. Keep it going, whichever version is you. Keep it going. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Walk around the room. Take a little gait assessment for yourself as well. How is your stride? Long, short? How well do you pick up your feet? Do you hear a shuffle? What about your pace? Are you quick, slow? What if you were to turn around? How easily is that pivot turn? Or do you do like a full U-turn? Right? What about the arm swing? Letting your arms drop from side to side, swing in reciprocation with your legs. Good, and then bring it in, back to your center place. We just did a lot of body scanning there. A lot of notes were taken. Pick maybe 1 or 2 elements that you're interested in seeing improvements in. 1 or 2 body areas, 1 or 2 positional areas, 1 or 2 skills that you're interested in improving. We'll log those and then check them at the end of class. Okay. All right, we're going to come down to the mat next. So go ahead and bring yourself down to the floor. Take your time getting there, no rush. Once you do get there, because some of you are going to get there earlier than others, and that's fine. We're going to start just on your back. And again, if you get there earlier than others, lay on your back with your knees bent, feet flat, and just start twisting through your spine, sending your knees right and left. It's a little holding pattern while the rest of the team gets on the floor. As I said in the intro, I think this was off the recording, you can have your yoga mat, but just know that I don't like being restricted to a rectangle on the floor. So I recommend having space on either side of that yoga mat so that you have space to explore. Don't restrict yourself, right? We don't want to have more rigid rules in our movement than what's already happening in our body. So
Let yourself have the space to explore. All right, I think we're just about all there, yeah? Great. All right, go ahead and finish up. Feet flat, knees bent, arms down by your side. If you would like a pillow for your head, this is where you'd grab that throw pillow that you had nearby and throw it underneath your head, okay? I want your body to be relatively comfortable on the floor, so if you ever feel yourself straining, use your pillows, use your yoga blocks, use your bolster, okay? We're gonna start by tapping through your feet, lifting up your toes, rocking in the heels. Good. And when you do this motion, especially if you've let go of a lot of tension in your body, or maybe you haven't, and you're gonna look for this, you'll feel your body kind of bob. Your shins are gonna burn also because that muscle in the top of your shin is working, but you're gonna feel your body bob. You want the bobbing because that means you're not holding residual neurological tone. You're letting go of the unneeded, unnecessary tension. Let the movement flow up and down your body. If you hear your breakfast sloshing, even better. And my shins are getting really tired, so I'm going to go for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Send one leg out long on the ground and bring your other leg in towards your chest. Grab on top of your knee or behind your thigh, whichever is easier for you, okay? We're gonna draw that knee in towards your chest and then pull it a little bit out to the side so that your belly button can be seen by the ceiling, okay? So it's like a little bit off to the side. Good. Take that same knee and we're gonna cross it over what's called your midline. Let it come over the midline and drop it to the ground on next to you. Let's see, if you pulled up your right leg, you're rolling left. And then bring your leg and out to the side. Transfer your leg into your right hand and bring your left hand out to the side. And then cross your leg over into your left hand, pull it across your body, keep your right shoulder down on the floor. You with me? So we're just passing your leg out to the side, pass it across the body for rotation. There you go. But keep your hand in contact with your leg. I want you to keep your hand in contact with your leg. That tells your brain that there is this relationship between your upper body and your lower body. And they can work together. Great. One more time on this side. Just going to move at whatever pace makes sense for you. And then go ahead and replace that leg back out straight. If you're with me, if you're on the same leg as me, I'm going left leg pulls into your chest. Grab behind your thigh or in front of your knee. Let your leg drift a little bit out to the left so that your belly button is exposed to the ceiling. Pass the legs over to your right hand. Let your body roll over a little bit on the left side. Keep your on your right side, keep your left shoulder down. Pass the leg back over to the side. Left hand, open up your leg and your hip, and then over to the other side. Push off the ground a little bit and go into a little twist. You should feel a stretch in your low back. Nice. Pass over to the side. Pass over to the cross body twist. I think we're getting it. Nice. Out to the side and cross body twist. Now, you can move at your own pace. If I'm going a little faster than how you move, no big deal. It's all good. A lot of this is timed. Okay, we're not going for a number of reps. Just, okay, we're going to do this for a little bit and then we'll switch gears. And then we'll do this for a little bit, switch gears. Okay, one more time out to the side. One more time across. Beautiful. And bring it back in. Let's bend both knees again so that your feet are flat on the floor. Okay. And bring their hands to the top of your pelvis. We're going to do a pelvic tilt or pelvic rocking. Pull the pubic bone or the base of your pelvis towards your nose. Press your low back into the floor. And then go into the opposite direction of that. So you're going to create a little bit of arch in your low back by pressing your tail into the ground. So there's some space in your low back. I'm exaggerating for video purposes. Pull the pubic bone towards your nose. And I'm just showing with my arms as well. You can do this visualization for yourself. And then push your pubic bone away from you and create an arch. Draw the pubic bone towards you, draw your abs in, and then push away. Pull, push, pull, push, pull, push. Can you make this happen while holding one leg in tabletop? Let's see it. Bring one leg in tabletop. Just one. Right leg, let's say. So we're on the same page. Pull the pubic bone towards your nose. Push the pubic bone away. Pull the pubic bone towards your nose. Push the pubic bone away. Pull, push, pull, push. The leg is stationary. It's the pelvis that's moving. 2 more. Last one. Replace that right foot down, left side turn. Pull the pubic bone, push, pull, push. Pull. You see my leg moving, but it's really in the same orientation. My pelvis is moving and therefore my leg moves because my leg is attached to my pelvis, but my pelvis is moving. 2 more. Last one. Good. All right. If that felt like enough for you, you're going to stay with that level. Level up if you would like to. If you feel it's right for you, we're going to bring both legs in tabletop. Pull the pubic bone towards your nose. You're going to curl your tail off the ground a little bit. And then release. Don't go into crazy extension, just a little bit. So we're going to pull, lift your tail off the ground and push. Pull the tail off your ground and then push. Good. No holding on to those legs. You got to use your abs to make it happen. Come on. There we go. Pull in and push. Pull in and push. That's it. 2 more. Pull. And last one. Beautiful. And bring those knees down. Let your legs go right and left. Bring your arms out into a T so that you're making yourself in a really big shape here. So you can put your feet on the ground and let your knees rock from right to left. Good. All righty. From here, feet are flat again, knees bent. Hands are going to come to your thighs. We're going to draw the chin towards your chest. Curl your head and shoulders up off the mat. You can use your arms on your legs to pull you up. And then release yourself back down to the ground. Of course, we're going to start to use our abdominal muscles, less in the arms, more in the abs. Here we go. Curl chin draws first. Look at your pubic bone or your thighs and then pull yourself into your trunk curl. Good. And release. Now, if you do not need the support from the hands, do not use your hands. You're just going to reach. It's probably carry. Yeah, there you go. And then return back down. Nice job. Make sure that you draw your chin in first and you look down in between your thighs. That will put a little less strain on your neck. And return. Press your low back into the ground. Here we go. Curl up and return. Nice job. Nod that chin. You got 3 more. Nod your chin, curl through. Press your low back into the ground. That's it. There we go. We're getting a little higher. Here we go. 2 more curl. And last one. Curling up. Good. Wow. Some of you doing this in tabletop. Way to go, superstars. All right. We're going all of your limbs away from each other. Straighten out your legs on the ground. I know I'm cutting off in the video, but arms up, reach the arms up past your ears on the floor and stretch your body as long as you possibly can. Reach it, reach it, reach it. How long can you get on the floor? Good. So we're trying to get as long as we possibly can. Point your toes, grow your fingernails. From here, we're going to get as small as we possibly can. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Curl yourself up into the smallest ball you can. So we're combining a couple skills that we've already learned. There we go. Stretch those legs up all the way out. Make yourself as long as possible. Point your toes, stretch your fingernails, and then chin draws in. Pull yourself into the smallest ball possible. Good. Reach. We're going to pick up the tempo a little bit. Reach and then pull. Yes, nice. Reach. Inhale, exhale, pull. 3 more. Reach and pull. Nice job, Bill. Reach and pull. One more time. Stay in that small ball. Stay in that small ball. Hold it. We're going to rock over to the left in your small ball. All the way onto your left side. Fall, 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 fall. Keep your small ball. How small can you be? Yeah. Push off your elbow to roll yourself to the other side. Push off your elbow, roll to the other side. Push off your elbow, roll to the other side. Ideally, you're able to hold your head and shoulders up with those abs, but if that gets too much on your neck, you can do this with your head down. Good. Have fun with it. Whee! Whee! You're muted. You can make any sounds that you want. Whee! Good. What happens if you open up your knees a little bit now? So we're going to separate your knees and pull your body over to the other side like that. Knees separate and then come together. So we get a little stretch in the inner thighs as you roll over. 4 more. 3, 2. Finish on the side that you're facing me so you can see the camera. Good. And now we're in a fetal position on our side. Yeah. Let's make a little pillow with that bottom arm. Make a little pillow or use a real pillow. You can pull a real pillow down too if you'd like. All right. This top hand's going to be on the ground and we can use it for a little bit of pushing. I want you to start rocking your hips this way. You can push off through your hand. Notice the illusion that it makes. It makes my top leg appear to be longer and then my top leg appear to be shorter. Okay. Keep the inseams of your pants stacked. Slide forward, slide back. If you need your hand to help you with that, you can use it. Slide forward, slide back, slide forward, slide back. Now, my hand is staying on the ground, so I'm not rolling my torso this way. I'm moving the hip. The hip is moving. So subtle. It's so subtle. That's it. Nice job. Now we're going to move that hip. We're going to take it one step forward further. So hip is going to go back as seen by the shortness in the knee. We're going to start to bring the ribs back, but my hand is still on the floor. Bring your ribs forward. Now bring your hip forward. If it helps to if it helps to point through that with your hands, go ahead and use that strategy. So we're going to go hip comes back, then ribs come back, ribs come forward, hips come forward. Hips come back, only, hips only. Knees are still on the ground. We haven't moved our knees yet. Ribs come back, ribs come forward, hips come forward. We're differentiating. So our whole body doesn't have to go at the same time. We can do it piece by piece, yeah? Hips, ribs. Let's add the shoulder. Now the shoulder is going to come back. Shoulder comes forward, ribs come forward, hip comes forward. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, yeah. Hip, rib, shoulder. Shoulder, rib, hip. Hip, rib, shoulder. Now we're going to stretch out the arm behind you. I know I lose you in the camera, but stretch out your arm. Let it go all the way. Let's add the head and the eyes here as well. So then the first to come back is head and eyes. Come back to the screen. Hand comes to your shoulder. Shoulder comes forward. Rib comes forward. Hip comes forward. Can you make that all happen in a piecewise fashion? A lot of differentiation here. Hip, rib, shoulder, arm, head and eyes. Head and eyes back forward. Shoulder, rib, hip. One more time here. Hip, rib, shoulder, arm, head and eyes. Head and eyes come back forward, shoulder, rib, and hip. Nice. From here, kick your top leg out straight, reach it all the way long. Your bottom leg will still be bent. Top arm also comes up overhead so that you got your biceps covering your ears. Yeah. We're going to bring your top knee and your top elbow together. This is called side reptile, as opposed to prone reptile. Reach out, big stretch. Try to make your leg, your top of your body as long as possible. Bonus points if you have some space underneath your ribs there. Elbow comes in, touch. Here we go. Reach, make the space underneath your rib cage, and then return. Let me see it, Carrie. Let me see the light underneath your bottom waistline. Oh, you got your shirt is covering it. Okay, I see you. That's it. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. There's some oblique work going on. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Perfect. Stretch it out for the last time here. We're going to take your top hand on the floor, come up onto your elbow, bottom elbow. We're pushing yourself up to a seated position. Push on up. We're now in what's called a Z sit. We're not going to linger here for too long. Swing your legs to the other side and lower down. So that way we can do the other side and you're still looking at the camera, yeah? Okay, we're going to go through that rotational series again. I know that takes a lot of brain power to disassociate or differentiate between the areas in your body, but that's how we learn proprioception and control, okay? And mobility, really. Okay, so we're going to start to rock in your hip. Make the top leg appear to be longer and then make the top leg appear to be shorter. Your inseams are stacked. And do your best to do this below, like belly button and down. Belly button and up, there's no movement happening or very little movement happening. Yeah. Yes, nice. Good. I see some of you being creative and using props under your hips to pad up your hips. Nice work. Great job. Yeah. All right. So we're going to roll through those hips. Top knee goes long, top knee goes back. Top knee goes long, top knee goes back. All right. The next level, right, was the ribs. So we're going to go hips, then ribs. We haven't gone all the way quite yet. Ribs come forward first, then the hips. Hip, rib. Use your hands to help you, rib first and then hips, to help you understand what you are doing, because sometimes perception of what you're doing isn't actually what you're doing. So use your hands for that feedback. So we're going hips first, then ribs. Ribs come back, and then the hip draws. Hips go back, hip, ribs open, ribs close, and back. Let's add the shoulder. Hip, rib, shoulder, shoulder, rib, hip. Hip, rib, shoulder. Carrie, I would say bend your knees in a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Shoulder, rib, hip. Hip, rib, shoulder. Shoulder, rib, hip. Hip, rib, shoulder. Let's add the arm. Here we go. Hip, rib, shoulder, arm. We're going to also add the head and eyes. Look behind you at your other hands. Bring your head and eyes forward. Shoulder forward, arm forward, shoulder forward, rib forward, hip forward. Hip, rib, shoulder, arm, eyes, head. Yep, try to make those separate pieces. I know I'm starting to speed it up. Eyes and head come back to me. Then the arm, then the shoulder, then the rib, then the hip. 2 more, please. Hip, rib, shoulder, arm, eyes, and head. eyes and head forward, arm, shoulder, rib, hip. Who knew thinking about your body would be this hard? Yeah. Here we go. Back, rib, shoulder, arm, eyes and head. Eyes and head come back forward, arm, shoulder, rib, and hip. Nice work. All right, top leg goes all the way out long. Top arm reaches up past your ear, so your biceps are on your ear again. Side lizard. Here we go. Pull and reach. Pull and reach. Big stretch. Bonus points if you can get your waistline to lift off the ground when you're stretching. And lift. Ribs lift. Push them up towards the ceiling. That's it. Open it up. Shrug your shoulder up towards your ear right here. Shrug it, shrug it. Yes, 4 more. Reach. 4, 3, 2, last one. Excellent. Nice work. All right, we're going to go top hand on the floor. Prop up on that bottom elbow. We fold the legs in a little bit and then push yourself up to sit. It's one of the best ways to push up to sit. Very functional. You get a stretch at the same time. I'm just going to adjust this. All right. We are now in what's called a Z sit or a side sit. I'm not going to be picky today because some of you, it's your first time. Essentially, your legs are casted off to the side. And let's have your legs casted off to the right so that we're all on the same page. So everyone put your legs off to the right. Now you may look something more like this. You may look something more like this. You may feel like, oh my gosh, that's impossible for me to sit up. So I'm going to sit on a pillow and have my legs kind of casted off this way or like this. Okay. So get your pillows, use your pillows and use your blankets to help you better situate your body. From here, I want you to be able to use the pillows because I want you to be able to take your left hand off the floor. You need to be able to take your left hand off the floor. That takes a lot of flexibility in the side of your ribs here. All right, we're going to side stretch over to the right. So if your legs are to the right, you're side stretching to the right. And then we're going to cartwheel the arms. Both hands are going to come down and you're going to look over your left shoulder. Lots of rotation. Okay. Look back forward. Take your right arm forward, sweep it up. Cartwheel back into your side stretch. Cartwheel down, both hands come down, look over your left shoulder. Good. You can also do this seated and in a normal sitting. So Bill, if it feels better to sit with your legs crossed or in a different position, go ahead and do that. All right, I know I lost track of y'all. Let's go side bend, cartwheel over, look over your shoulder. Yeah. If you want to stay in my tempo, more than welcome. If you want to go on a different tempo, as I said earlier, this is your time to just move freely. Don't feel like you're bound to a certain thing. There's already too many rules in life. Do we need rules for this every class too? One more time. Great. Nice work. Hands are going to come behind us. Slide the legs out front. Walk them over. And pull them to the other side. So either side sitting or Z sitting. Again, you can be on a pillow. You may find that one side feels more or less comfortable than the other. Okay. Same choreography. Side stretch, we're going to the left because the legs are to the left. So we're going side bending left. Cartwheel over. Look over your right shoulder. Cartwheel side bend. Nice. Cartwheel, look over your right shoulder. Lovely. Side bend. Inhale into those ribs. Cartwheel over. Left shoulder. Good. Or right shoulder. I'm opposite of you. I get confused. Don't listen to me. But yes, listen to me. All right. We got 3 more here. Can you make those cartwheels bigger? Can you do a smile as you do them? You can't cartwheel and not smile. That's it. Last one.
Ugh. Awesome. Great job. All right, we're going to place our hands behind our back and have your legs sort of bent up in front of you. This is called crab. Do you remember? I don't know if you did this in school. We played crab soccer, where you like scoot around on your butt and you're kicking the big physio ball. It's kind of like that. We're reverting to childhood here. Push through the heel of your hand and open up your chest. Get your feet engaged. I took off my socks so I could feel the floor better. I have more proprioception when I can feel and sense the environment underneath me. We're going to float the hips just a little bit and then lower the hips back down. Now I need you back and leaning against your hands. All right. This takes some shoulder mobility. It's going to stretch the front of your shoulder. So try to reach those arms back. There you go. Push the hips up. How high can you get those hips? How much can you push through your big toe? How much can you push through your hands? Very nice. Crab bridge. Beautiful. 5 more. 1, 2, 3. 4. One more time. Push. 5. Open up those hips. Lovely. This is where it's going to get a little complicated. Stay with me. It's like twister. Right hand here, left hand here. From this position, we're going to go left foot is going to go underneath and drop your knee down. Yep. See if you can really thread it through. Like I've got my knee like, yeah. And then replace it. Same thing on the other side. I'm opposite of you now. Okay. Just mirror me. And then back up. Take a mental note. You're like, oh, that side is a little harder than that side. How's your hip mobility? Yeah. Good. We're going to do one more time. Let's finish with the left leg underneath you. Finish with the left leg underneath, threaded. We're going to take the right arm and reach it up towards the ceiling. See if you can rotate fully so that you're rocked onto this hip. This butt cheek has left the building, has left the ground. Ta-da! And then replace it back down. We're going to reset the foot. Thread the other leg through. If that's enough of a challenge today, just work on that. If you want the up level, we bring the arm up. You're going to roll onto your hip and push through the ground. Beautiful. Hand comes back. Replace. Switch to the other side. Work the add-on if you'd like. There you go. I work in layers, so you can choose which layer you'd like to, continue working at. If you want the up-level options, they're there for you, right? Here we go. Add on here. This one's for Carrie, at least. We're going to lift up a little bit. Break dance move. Here we go. Up, push. If you want a little bit of metabolic work, get your heart rate up, move a little quicker. Push. Ha-ha, push. 2 more. Don't forget the thread. That's what I'm looking for. I want the thread. Oh yeah, you got it. Nice. Okay, one more time. We're going to come up, thread, whatever move you're doing. So if you've threaded your left leg, let's have everyone thread the left leg. Get on the same page, thread the left leg. Right arm is up. Whether or not you do the lift, we're going to switch into hands and knees. How was that? Let's reset that. Come back to crab. Thread the left leg. Right arm goes up. We're going to rotate towards the hand that's still on the ground. Full over, hands and knees. Great. Look at that fancy transition. Go ahead and reset. Reset, reset, reset. Start over. Crab. Thread. Arm comes up. If you want the little add-on breakdance move, swivel over. That's it, Carrie. Nice job. Okay, reset, 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 reset. Let's do the other side. Right leg threads under. Left arm comes up. Rotate towards the hand that's on the ground. Here we go. Oh, I see where we're getting caught up. I didn't mention something. Let's reset. Let me feed that into you. Watch for a second. When you thread, look at what happens on this foot. I go up on my toe. I go up on my toe on my other side, and then I swivel around. Okay, you got to use your toes. Let's try that again, everyone together. Right leg draw in, left arm up, get those toes ready, push through the toes, swivel on your feet and around. If you have a sticky yoga mat, that might be tripping you up too. Okay, reset. Last time. Crap, this is called an under switch, by the way. You're getting fancy here. Fancy. Party tricks for the grandkids. Here we go. Thread, arm, use your toes, push. Oh, Carrie, you got tripped up on yourself. You threaded the wrong leg. Try that one again. Right thread. We got to do it all for Carrie. Here we go. Thread. I'm just picking on her because I know her. I feel like I know her anyways. Here we go. Push. So you're going to go towards, go towards the leg, the hand that's down. Come into hands and knees. Oh, no, other way, other way, other way. Bingo, right there. Go right. There you go. So you see how your legs didn't get all twisted? Yeah. Don't worry. We're going to work on that. We got a whole month. We got a whole month. All right. We'll go, hands are wide. Here we're going to be in your quadruped position. If you need to pad up your knees, do so. Let's have you tuck your toes underneath. So you get this nice athletic position, and then also a stretch on the bottom of your foot. Sit your hips back. Kind of like a child's pose, but we're not going to rest here. We're going to keep moving. No resting, no restorative. Your eyes are up. We call this loaded beast. Rawr. So not child's pose. Get that out of your brain. Loaded beast. Bring your hips forward and your weight in your hands. Our toes are primed and ready. Shift back. Shift forward. Your eyes should be up. If you're loading, you're oh my God, let me say that word. If you're a loaded beast, your eyes are on the prey and you are going for it. You're about to launch forward. Yes, nice. That's why we call it the primal animalistic movements. Good, moving as quick or slow as you'd like to go, but I do want that eyes up intention. That's why it's different than child's pose. It's not restorative. We're trying to activate. 2 more. Last one. Good, bring it back, hold. Actually, let's come up into kneeling real quick. Roll out your wrists. We've been on our wrists for a while. Roll your wrists out. Switch the direction. I can do a whole series on wrists, huh? Okay. We are now going to take that loaded beast to the next level. If you feel like this is appropriate for you today and you want to stay here, this is your option. You're just going to rock back and forth just like you did. We're going to sit the hips back. We'll shift forward and bring one foot to your pinky. Nice. And then bring it back and reset your loaded beast. Here's a tip. I want you to try that a few times. Go ahead. Try that a few times. Even if it was really hard, just try. Nice. Getting your foot, try to get your foot as close to your pinkies as you can. Now, if that is getting you're like, Steph, that's not happening. I just don't have the mobility today for that. You're going to get a chair or a coffee table, and we're going to do it with the hands on the chair. Okay. So it'd be like on the corner of the chair, and we come to the leg of the chair. All right, here we go. Loaded beast, pounce. Loaded beast, pounce. Nice work. Work on your upper body, your mobility. Very good. 5 more. 4 more. 3. Maybe 2 more. I might not be on your pace. That's okay. Last one. Finish there. Actually, I want you to finish with your left leg forward. Finish with your left leg forward. Good. From here, crawl up on your thigh and bring your hands on your hips. We're now in a half kneeling position or a proposal stance. I would like you to have 90-degree angles in your hips. So some of you are a little close here. Let's get that front leg out. Yeah. So Francesca, Sharon, bring that front leg out a little further. Yeah, nice. Great. Okay. If this is a new position for you, you may be like, whoa, what's going on? If this is not a new position for you, no big deal, right? So we're gonna, if our left leg is forward, we're gonna take our left arm and start swinging it. Try to bring your torso upright. Pull your body up. If this does not feel good for you, feel free to do this in a standing position. You're just gonna be in a split lunge. Okay, there you go. Good. Swing the arm. Now we're gonna see if we can swing the arm in big circles like a softball, underhand pitch, or some people like to say like bowling. I don't know. I don't play either of those sports. Rotate. Good. I like to put my other hand on my ribs to make sure that my ribs are rotating as well. And it's not just my arm doing these crazy circles, also getting this thorax, this trunk rotation. Yeah. Bonus points. If you can follow your hand with your eyes, it's going to trip up your balance a little bit. Go slow to start. Whoa. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Switch sides. Take your time. So either kneeling down here or standing. Make sure that you have this front foot pretty far in front of you so you have a long stride. Right? We want to open up in the hip here. Start by swinging your right arm. And again, left hand, I like having it on my chest, right here on my ribs. Get yourself to be nice and tall, as if you have a balloon on the top of your head. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Chin is lifted so that you can breathe in your throat. There you go, Bill. Nice. Go for that rotation. Rotate. Rotate. Good. At the minimum, David, rotate your body so that your buttons of your shirt are looking to the side. There you go. I'm doing the same thing over and over. You don't have to look at the screen. Turn your buttons to the side. 4 more. Oh, bonus points if you follow your hand with your eyes. Let's do 5 of those total. I have to go a lot slower when I do that one. That vestibular input. For balance, right, Alana? Vestibular system. Last one. Good. And release. Alrighty. Using an object or not, you can use your thigh. Make sure that your back toe is tucked. We're going to press up into a stand. Try not to step your feet together. Keep them wide. Lower yourself back down. Use a wall, a chair, whatever you need to use. Use your thigh. Stand up. Try to get your balance. Try not to step or shuffle that back foot. And then down. Can you do it without the shuffle? Here we go. Push. There it is. Nice job, team. Lock your eyes in on something in front of you. That'll help you with your balance. 2 more. Lovely. Last one. Ooh, we got a little burn, yeah? Let's switch your sides again. Using objects, resources if you need it, or your hand on your thigh. Lock your gaze. Here we go. Back toe is tucked. Press up. Try not to shuffle in that back leg. And then come down. You do not need to move quick. I would say this too. If you want to go up, your eyes should be looking up. If you want to go down, your eyes can be looking down. If you're looking down, but you're trying to go up, you're sending your brain 2 different messages and it's confused. And then you're going to lose balance. So eyes up when you want to go up. I would continue to look up so that you can decelerate the way down. Okay, here we go. We got 3 more. Up, eyes up, eyes up, eyes up, and down. 2 more. Up. Look at that, Bill. Nice job. And down. And up. Hold. Can you inch that back foot in? Step together. All the way up to your stand. Let's bring your feet together. All right, I'm going to show just my feet for a second. I know my head's out of frame. Go ahead and rock forward and back on those toes. If you know yourself to be someone that falls backwards, do this against a wall or in front of a couch. Okay, so you're going to rock forward and back up onto the balls of the feet and then back in the heels. You can do this with your hands on your hips to start. Let's make it a little bit bigger now. As you set the heels back, you're going to push your butt back. And as you come up onto the toes, push your hips forward. Butt goes back, hips come forward. Good. Take it to the next level. Butt goes back, arms go forward. Try to keep your toes elevated for a hot second. Come forward, up onto the balls of the feet. Hips come forward, arms go backward. Arch your spine just a little bit. Eyes up. Here we go. Hips back, toes lifted, arms forward. Woo! Push up. Drop back. Feel free to use a wall. Feel free to use a chair. We got 3 more of these. 2 more. Last one. Excellent job. Release. Walk around the room, please. See how you feel. Take some notes. How long is your stride? How fast is your stride? Are you walking faster, slower? Same, not sure. What about what your stride, what your gait sounds like? Is there a shuffle? Are you picking up your feet? Does it feel like it's slapping or are you rolling through the foot? What about your arm swing? Reciprocal arm swing. And then your just general feeling while you're walking or feeling of your body. Come back to the center of your mat here. We're going to do a standing assessment just to finish quickly. At the beginning of class, I asked you to note 1 or 2 things that you were interested in improving, whether that was something in your gait or something in the way that you feel and perceive your body. Just take a general note of how your body feels here. Do you feel like it's vibrating? Do you feel like it's grounded? Do you feel like it's swaying? Do you feel like it's stagnant? I recommend doing this standing, unless you're too tired to stand. Because we did it standing at the beginning of class, so we want to have scientific method, right? We got to check and recheck. Notice your foot, your feet, your weight distribution. Do you have more weight in the right foot or the left foot? More weight in the forefoot or the back of your heels? More weight in the pinky side of your foot or the inside of your foot? Or if it's easier to just catalog a quadrant, we can do that too. Hopefully you're a little more centered, if not swaying between all 4 of those quadrants, right? Come up to your knees. How do your knees feel? Are they locked? Are they buoyant? What about your pelvis and your low back? Can you do those hula hips a little bit easier? Try the other direction. Coming up to your chest and your shoulders. Do you feel closed, open, lopsided? Lopsided? Rested? How's the space between your shoulders and your ears? Do you have a neck? Is it long or is it short? What about your neck range of motion, turning your head right and left? Notice if you have a default to just move your neck, or do you like to move your whole body? Do you need to move your whole body? You don't really need to. You can. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up overhead, big stretch north, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then dance it out, hop it out, step it out. Last little bit of jiggle, have some fun with it. Awesome. Nice job, everyone. Great work. I'm going to turn off the recording. And if you'd like to unmute yourself and contribute to a conversation, let me know.